those dudes, all of them had Asperger's. Between them and Mark Zuckerberg, I don't know who's more inherently dislikable. I've committed many social faux pas in my time, but I've never forgotten how to drink water in public. Is this the human liquid? I will ingest the human liquid. All right, so our next guest, he's the Archbishop of Autism, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller. Please welcome Mr. Tom Pinkney!
Hello, everyone! Now, normally I would say thank you for coming, but you're already here, and if I asked all of you why you're here, you probably, less than 1% of you would say, because I'm here, so thank you for staying where you are, as far as I can see, so. Also, when I normally say thank you for coming, because normally when I do these sorts of things, barely any people are here, so it's like, oh, you're obviously here for me, Also, when I do these things, I mean, just by looking at me, you can probably tell that I very easily take up a lot of space, and we got a lot of space here, and I also realize how jarring it probably is for suddenly, after all the great acts we've had so far, who there's always been more than one of them, or had a bit of additional apparatus, but it's just me, I don't even have a guitar with me. So I'm just gonna pull off a Michael McIntyre and just make the most of this space as much as I can. I don't care if this doesn't add anything at all, but it's just making the use of these very long things here. I mean, you might look at my legs and think, I've seen longer ones than them. They do me a lot of favors. I mean, I walk almost everywhere, and what was I getting at? Whenever I put in a destination to Google Maps, I get there in half the time Google Maps said it gets me there. So that's a bonus. I mean, that's great, but it's also not so great about 100% of the rest of the time. Because while it does get you places very quickly, it also, want a better word, you spend a lot of time waiting behind much slower walkers. Especially when the pavement is narrow, which is just one of the best things about Norwich. All the pavements are just so nice and wide. They're just much more socially acceptable. So I would usually find myself in this situation where I'm at my normal walking pace. This is the best reenactment I can make of it. Some of you who probably know me could dispute this, but yeah. And then there'd be other people up over here also walking their normal space. I'm not really representing the distance well enough. I'd be there, they'd be here. Let's say here is 100 feet from there. I'd see a group of people taking up all the space in the pavement. I'd be like, they're just walking on this same pavement. I'm gonna get on with my life. Then, eventually, I notice that I'm at their heels eventually. And the pavement is just way too narrow to overtake them inconspicuously. So I end up looking like I'm just tagging with these sorts of people, just looking like one of those awkward taggers. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not one of those people sometimes, but I just don't like to look like one, because there is actually a difference, trust me. So instead of just trying to inconspicuously overtake these people, I would just try and just sort of in a very weird way, just really repress my normal walking pace. And you'd normally think that just mean walking a bit slower, but sometimes it's not as simple as that with me. It'd just be sometimes it's like, pretend I'm not quite as tall as I am. I don't want to catch up with you. I've got my own thoughts to deal with right now. Shut up. Yeah. So, yeah, we're here about mental health, and I've just dedicated a lot of time towards my legs. So, I didn't actually realize this occasion was going to be quite as formal as it is right now. I feel somewhat underdressed with skinny jeans. I was just doing this for a bit of a bit more. No word available. Yeah, we are all here for one great cause. I don't have much to say about it because my own kind of like relationship with mental health is that I just have this thing of just always minimizing what I go through and just thinking that I'm not in kind of like a bad enough position to really whatever suffering I may be feeling is justified. So whatever I have to say about mental health is just kind of the sort of I thought about that for a bit and it just didn't seem right approach. So thank you all for being here, supporting this great cause. I hope I filled your time adequately. Thank you all for your time. I be Tom Pinkney.